folks, once again this is Kurt from Broken Finger Gaming. We're just actually going through some tutorials here for the Arma Enfusion Workbench. Today I'm actually going to be running through a quick tutorial on some items that I've actually been working on here. I'm actually working on another map here, but I have a test terrain tool that I usually use here for running my tests on, so in order to get into the other maps so I don't screw up my existing ones. But let's dive into this. Open her up, terrain test. Okay, as you can see I got quite a big map here for the testing tool, but what I'm doing is I'm actually creating some beach side area. So actually I want to drop this area down in segments, and then I'll show you how I do this. What I'm doing here is also I don't have anything like no sat map on here. So the height map, yes, has already been installed, but I don't do the sat map yet because I'm going to be editing it through Photoshop in certain areas for this kind of tutorial. I'm not going to get into the Photoshop side of it, but I will show you how I do cliffs and how I do like the terrain editing, make it kind of look like it's a natural portion, part of the map as well. So let's dive into this here. Top side of your terrain tool workbench, you're going to see icons, you're going to see a mountain, you're going to see sculpting tool. So we're going to use the flatten tool here. As you can see here, I've actually got this already set, but if I was to raise this up, of course it's going to give me a it raises up the terrain quite a bit, so back that off. So I kind of want to drop this down just below the elevation that I'm actually looking at there. So let's kind of do this, give it a little bit of I can actually change the size, and I can do things a little bit differently if I wanted to make it look a little bit more symmetrical to the design that I'm kind of working with. Certain areas of the map too, you got to remember that if you want to have like little areas where you can have attack points or anything, you can actually create little caves and little areas that are hidden, like inside the mountain if you wanted to, which is kind of cool actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this actually. So I'm going to raise this up just a bit over here, and I'm going to raise it up a little more, raise it up a little more, raise it up a little more, raise it up a little more. There we go. Okay, so hit save. Now when I'm going in here, once again, like I said, I'm just kind of giving this map a little bit of a dimensional. Like there's going to be caves, caverns. As you can see, I have caverns in here. I'm working on caves too. I have my files pretty much all set up for being organized, right? You want to make sure your files are all organized. Okay, so trees, motor vics, that goes for vehicles, and then you're going to have another folder in here for like helicopters, so airplanes, helicopters, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to smooth tool. I'm going to open this up just a bit by hitting the left control key and rolling my mouse up or rolling it down. I keep it at 8 for strength, just because sometimes you'll hit it and it'll be too much, but you can see actually how it kind of blends everything all into one. See how I get getting the layers now? And I can change this to, I'll show you a little trick that I do after I get all this done here. So I'm getting different layers, so I can create ravines, valleys, caverns, all kinds of neat little items here you can do on your map and building your terrain. Now remember that when you're building your terrain, you can figure out, have a pre-plan, write it down or draw it out. Is what I usually do. I usually draw it out, so I have the ideas and where I want to place things and have some kind of idea. This is here just a one-off. I just want to use this as a demonstration here to show you guys exactly what I'm doing here. But you can see if you're scrolling in, you can see certain areas you'll have pixelation. So another little trick that I've actually learned under shading key, we're in LIT right now, so if I went down to vertex normals, I could actually see where I'm going to have, right here, you can actually see the kind of chomp cut marks that I've already made. So if I go back into here and hit light again, LIT, and I can actually correct that, right? So there we go. I can bring down the beach front, and then I can just smooth all this off. Now, if that doesn't really work for you, you can actually go into the sculpt area and you can actually sculpt by either hitting the react if you want to have something different, hitting the left alt key and pressing down on the mouse. You can actually change the dimensions or the terrain kind of idea. You get the idea, right? So if I want to go a little lower here, you know, and I can, or if I want to go a little higher here, I can create little high points, right? Kind of give it a little, you know, something different, right? You know, so it doesn't look so like a, you know, man-made, right? So these are things that you kind of want to avoid, is having the man-made kind of look to it. You could actually create a little bit of a ravine in here if you wanted to. You know what I mean. So if you see right here, I can just drop this down if I want to create something that kind of goes into the ocean and you know, from previous erosions and stuff like that. So go to smooth tool. We'll narrow this down a bit because I don't want to have it too much. So remember that these sharp points will show up on a map and it doesn't look really appealing to the eyes, right? So keep that in mind for when you're doing your maps. It's always good to do your terrain, edit your terrain, your basic terrain first, because then you'll watch everything else kind of roll into place after the fact. That you can see I got some like right here, for instance. I can fix that real quick, right? If you have terrain like the grass and the or trees, you can't really see. So I kind of get in here and I will just do this first. Like I said, I'm doing tests here, so anybody who's jumping into this tutorial, or anybody who wants to get into terrain building, you know, you're going to have a bit of a head start here, because you got you know, there's great people out there like Piano Man. There's a few other YouTubers out there that are actually giving some tutorials too as well. I haven't seen too many on the terrain editing myself, so I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to just hit this because I like doing it. And for me, I like to show, and I don't like to gatekeep any items here, so it's I just keep sharing, and I'll keep going, and you know, hopefully somebody will take something from it, or leave comments and saying, hey, I got a better way. I always look for new ideas, so if you got anything that's better, or an idea that's better, by all means, please share your information, because your sharing is caring, and everybody else who is learning is also learning. There's ideas, tips, and tricks from everybody. We got such a huge crowd out there, especially with Arma Reforged, with the new maps that are coming out. I've actually got another one too for World War II, which is, this is probably going to be a part of it, how I'm working it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys like this. Please like and subscribe. It means the world. Especially with the new up and coming YouTube artist myself. I'm fairly new to this, so like I said, I'm learning this as I go. There's not very much help in the world of like editing and learning how to do maps or terrains, especially from scratch. And I'm basically doing this from scratch. Another little thing that I learned too is, say if you've done any work on your oceans or anything that's on the beach side, build the shore map again. Right, you could see what I just did there, right? So you can see how all the shore looks more natural now, and it's applying. So I usually do hit force save all. So now I know my map is going to be saved, you know, fully, right? So you can see right down here. If I was to jump down here and go into the shoreline, let's hit play. It actually looks almost real. Okay. Gotta love this new engine. It's very user friendly. There's going to be a lot of things in here for this World War II map and how I'm kind of building it. There's going to be some bunkers and stuff that's going to be up in the cliffside, just because of the map here. There's going to actually be it's going to be two maps or two World War scenes in one map. So there's going to be areas that I'm kind of working on for different parts of the countries, right? So you don't have to travel all over the place and get to a different portion, like say France or Italy. This is going to be just on one map, and there's going to be locations that resemble the World War II assets and era. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I got to show you, and you have yourselves a great day. Cheers.